Cobb. Cobb or clom is a natural building material made from sand, clay, water, some kind of fibrous or organic material and earth. Cobb is fireproof, resistant to seismic activity, and inexpensive. It can be used to create artistic, sculptural forms and has been revived in recent years by the natural building and sustainability movements. In technical building and engineering documents such as the Uniform Building Code, cobb may be referred to as an unburned clay masonry, when used in a structural context. It might also be referred to as an aggregate in non-structural contexts, such as a clay and sand aggregate, or more simply an organic aggregate, such as where the cobb is an insulating filler between pole and beam construction. History and usage. Cobb is an ancient building material that may have been used for buildings since prehistoric times. Some of the oldest man-made structures in Afghanistan are composed of rammed earth and cobb. Cobb work was used in the Maribund al-Andalus in the 11th and 12th centuries and was described in detail by Ibn Khaldun in the 14th century. Cobb structures can be found in a variety of climates across the globe. In the UK it is most strongly associated with counties of Devon and Cornwall in the West Country, the Vale of Glamorgan and Gower Peninsula in Wales, Donegal Bay in Ulster and Munster, Southwest Ireland, and Finisterre in Brittany where many homes have survived over 500 years and are still inhabited. Many old cobb buildings can be found in Africa, the Middle East, and some parts of the eastern United States. A number of cobb cottages survive from mid-19th century New Zealand. Traditionally, English cobb was made by mixing the clay-based subsoil with sand, straw and water using oxen to trample it. The earthen mixture was then ladled onto a stone foundation in courses and trodden onto the wall by workers in a process known as cobbing. The construction would progress according to the time required for the prior course to dry. After drying, the walls would be trimmed and the next course built, with lintels for later openings such as doors and windows being placed as the wall takes shape. The walls of a cobb house were generally about 24 inches thick, and windows were correspondingly deep set, giving the homes a characteristic internal appearance. The thick walls provided excellent thermal mass which was easy to keep warm in winter and cool in summer. Walls with a high thermal mass value act as a thermal buffer inside the home. The material has a long lifespan even in rainy climates, provided a tall foundation and large roof overhang are present. Modern cobb buildings. When Kevin McCabe built a two-story, four-bedroom cobb house in England in 1994, it was reputedly the first cobb residence built in the country in 70 years. His methods remained very traditional. The only innovations he added were using a tractor to mix the cobb itself, and adding sand or shillet to reduce the shrinkage. From 2002 to 2004, sustainability enthusiast Rob Hopkins initiated the building of a cobb house for his family, the first new one in Ireland in about 100 years. It was undertaken as a community project, but destroyed by an unknown arsonist shortly before completion. This house, located at the Hollies Centre for Practical Sustainability in County Cork, is being rebuilt. There are also a number of other modern cobb houses completed and more planned, including a public education centre. In 2001, a modern, four-bedroom cobb house in Worcestershire, England, designed by Associated Architects was sold for £999,000. Cobton House was built in 2001 and won the Royal Institute of British Architects Sustainable Building of the Year award in 2005. The total construction cost was £300,000, but the metre-thick cobb outer wall cost only £20,000. In the Pacific Northwest of the United States there has been a resurgence of cobb building both as an alternative building practice and one desired for its form, function and cost-effectiveness. There are more than 10 cobb houses in the southern Gulf Islands of British Columbia built by Pat Hanbury, Tracy Calvert, Ickcol and the Cobworks Workshops. In 2007, Anne and Gordbed began building a two-story cobb house in Victoria, British Columbia for an estimated $210,000 Canadian dollars. The 2,150 square feet home includes heated floors, solar panels and a southern exposure for passive solar heating. In 2010, SOTA Construction Services in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, completed construction on its new 7,500 square feet corporate headquarters, which features exterior cobb walls, along with other energy-saving features like radiant heat flooring, roof-mounted solar panel array, and day lighting features. The cobb walls, in conjunction with the other sustainable features, helped the building earn a LEED Platinum rating in 2012, and it also received one of the highest scores by percentage of total points earned in any LEED category. The building process known as Oregon cobb is one which was refined by Welsh architect Ianto Evans and researcher Linda Smiley in the 1980s. Oregon cobb integrates the variation of wall layup technique which uses loaves of mud mixed with sand and straw with a rounded architectural stylism. They experimented with a mixture of cobb and straw bale construction, called Ballycobb. See also, Notes. Further reading, Building with Cobb, a step-by-step guide by Adam Weissman and Katie Bryce. Published by Green Books. 2006, ISBN 1-903998-72-7. The Hand-Sculpted House, A Philosophical and Practical Guide to Building a Cobb Cottage by Ianto Evans, Michael G. Smith, Linda Smiley, D'Antona, Chelsea Green Publishing Company. ISBN 1-890132-34-9. The Cobb Builder's Handbook, You Can Hand Sculpt Your Own Home by Becky B., Groundworks, 1997. ISBN 978-0-9659082-0-7. External links, The Cobb Builder's Handbook.